As you know, humans sweat to cool down. But dogs don't sweat the same way we do. They have sweat glands, but they are located mostly in their paw pads. So while a dog might leave wet paw prints on the floor after a walk, they are not actually sweating all over their body. So how do dogs cool down? They have a few different ways. Panting is one of the most common ways. When a dog pants, it helps to evaporate moisture from their lungs, which takes heat away from their body. Dogs can also cool down by spreading their saliva over their fur. This helps to cool their skin down. Some dogs are more prone to overheating than others. Dogs with thick fur, like huskies and malamutes, are more likely to overheat than dogs with thin fur, like greyhounds and whippets. If you have a dog with thick fur, it's important to take extra precautions to keep them cool on hot days. Earth's gravity is not uniform. It varies depending on your location on the planet. This is due to a number of factors, including the Earth's shape, its rotation, and its composition. The Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is slightly flattened at the poles and bulges at the equator. This is because the Earth rotates on its axis. The centrifugal force created by this rotation pushes the Earth's equator outward. The Earth's composition also affects its gravity. The Earth's core is very dense, while its crust is less dense. This difference in density creates a gravitational gradient, with the strongest gravity at the core and the weakest gravity at the surface. The Earth's gravity also varies locally due to factors such as mountains, oceans, and glaciers. Mountains are more massive than the surrounding land, so they have stronger gravity. Oceans are less massive than land, so they have weaker gravity. Glaciers are also less massive than land, but they can have a strong effect on gravity because they are so large. The Earth's gravity is not uniform, but it is very close to being uniform. This is because the Earth is very large and the variations in gravity are relatively small. However, these variations can be measured and they can be used to learn more about the Earth's structure and composition. As you know, T-shirts are a versatile piece of clothing that can be worn for a variety of occasions. They are comfortable, stylish, and affordable. But did you know that there is an entire day dedicated to celebrating the humble T-shirt? That's right, International T-shirt Day is on 21st June. This day was created in 2008 by the online merchandise company Spreadshirt to celebrate this iconic piece of clothing. So what can you do to celebrate International T-shirt Day? Well, the possibilities are endless. You could wear your favorite T-shirt, or you could go out and buy a new one. You could also host a T-shirt party, or you could simply spread the word about this fun holiday. No matter how you choose to celebrate, I hope you'll join me in honoring the T-shirt on 21st June. The first heels were actually worn by the ancient Egyptians and Persians. They were made of wood or leather and were worn by both men and women. In the Middle Ages, heels were worn by knights as a way to protect their feet from the stirrups of their horses. In the 16th century, heels became popular with European men as a way to show their status. The higher the heel, the more wealthy and powerful the man was. Heels were also seen as a way to make men look taller and more imposing. In the 17th century, heels began to be worn by women as well. However, women's heels were much lower than men's heels. This was because women were not supposed to be taller than men. In the 18th century, heels became less popular with men as they began to be seen as feminine. However, heels continued to be popular with women. In the 19th century, heels became even higher as a way to show off the shape of the foot. In the 20th century, heels began to be seen as a symbol of power and femininity. They were worn by both men and women, but they were still more popular with women. Today, heels are still a popular fashion accessory for women. They can be worn for a variety of occasions, from work to formal events. However, heels are no longer seen as a symbol of power and femininity. They are simply a way to add a touch of glamour and sophistication to an outfit. Ants are small insects, but they are incredibly complex creatures. They have a sophisticated social structure, and they work together to accomplish amazing feats. One of the things that makes ants so successful is their ability to share food. Ants have two stomachs for this purpose. One stomach is for their own food, and the other stomach is for food that they are bringing back to the colony. When an ant finds food, it will regurgitate it into the mouths of other ants. This process is called prophylaxis. Prophylaxis allows ants to share food quickly and efficiently. It also allows the colony to pool its resources and provide for all of its members. This is one of the reasons why ants are so successful. They are able to work together to overcome challenges and build thriving communities.